Warm greetings to my dear students. I welcome you all to this video lecture. We are studying the chapter Combustion, Flame and Fuels. This is the chapter 6 of your science book, and based on whatever we have studied so far in this chapter, we know that fuels release energy. And how do they release energy? By the process of combustion. Now again, we also saw that using different fuels involve different advantages and disadvantages. So we have also learned about the characteristics of good fuel and which fuel should be preferred over others. Now when we spoke about the fuels, the most commonly used fuel, that's coal, petroleum and natural gas. It's also important to know that these fuels can be harmful too. So it's not only the advantages which are associated with these fuels, but they can be dangerous as well. So today in this lecture, we're going to discuss about the disadvantages which are associated with the use of fuels. The first one is that it causes severe air pollution. As we all know that burning fuels release large amount of gases and particles into the air. The gases emitted include sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, and the dust contains heavy metals such as lead and zinc. Large amount of soot, ash and smoke are also produced. So the first gas that we are going to discuss about is carbon monoxide. What are the harmful effects of the carbon monoxide on our surroundings, on us, on plants, animals, everything? So carbon monoxide is a highly poisonous gas. It is a colorless and odorless gas, and hence its presence cannot be detected immediately. It has more affinity to combine with hemoglobin in the body than oxygen. When inhaled, it readily combines with the hemoglobin in the blood and forms carboxyhemoglobin, and it decreases the oxygen carrying capacity of blood. The deficiency of oxygen in the blood causes headache, dizziness, and respiratory problems. So, coming to the second gas, that is the carbon dioxide. As we all know that combustion of fuels produce carbon dioxide, but if this carbon dioxide is present in excess in the atmosphere, it traps the heat produced by sun rays in the atmosphere and prevents it from being reflected back. This causes overheating of Earth, eventually resulting in global warming. Global warming causes polar ice to melt and often results in the flood in low-lying areas. This gas is responsible for about 87% of global warming. Next comes the oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. Sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are released into the air when fossil fuels such as coal are burned in factories. These oxides dissolve in water easily and can be carried very far by the wind. This results in acid rain, which can have damaging effect on marble buildings, statues, monuments and cars. Acid rain can be extremely harmful to plants as it seeps into the ground. It can dissolve nutrients present in the soil. So, next we are going to study about the suspended particulate matter. Carbon particles that are not burnt become ash and smoke and are released into the air during burning of fossil fuels. These form the particulate matter. Particulate matter in air reduces visibility, blackens buildings, and is responsible for causing respiratory diseases like asthma and bronchitis in human beings. We all know that consumption of fuels in vehicles releases exhausts containing lead compounds in atmosphere. These compounds are poisonous and prolonged inhalation or intake may result in serious diseases like cancer. So I hope this is clear to you all. These were the basic or the most common side effects, or we can say the harmful effects of using excess fossil fuels. I hope this is clear to all of you. Thank you.